Hello everyone, this is VJose32 back again. This is What's on Deck. I'm trying this again. I tried to do this yesterday and, well, I'm trying it again. First of all, I'm attempting to get a deck produced for myself. It's only going to be maybe 3 or 4 bricks total that I'm going to produce. Maybe 5. Who knows? And I'll probably be selling them for about 15-20 bucks each plus shipping, just because they're going to cost me almost $14 each plus shipping for each deck to produce, so it's not that cheap, but because it's a small quantity or whatever. But anyways, thought I'd mention that. There is pictures and information in my Facebook group. You can go check it out. Let's see what's going on Kickstarter. First of all, there's a new deck. It's already 100% funded in 2 days. Over 100% funded. It is the so-called world's first 3D metal and mechanized playing cards, designed by Dale Mathis, who is apparently quite well known as an artist and has some very valuable stuff. Unfortunately, that whole statement's a little bit false. The cards themselves are not actually metal or mechanized or 3D. They come in a box, however, that's pretty cool. It actually has working cogs on the back of the box. And if you want, you can buy an actual metal frame. And the way it works is you put the cards in the box along with a special metal card. You put the tuck case in this special frame. The gears start working. It locks that tuck case in place and lights up in either red, blue, or white. In that frame, there's also a spot for 4 metal dice. Unfortunately, everything is really expensive. However, you're pretty much guaranteed you're not going to get screwed in this project, and it's pretty much guaranteed to be valuable in the future because of who this guy is. The cards look nice. The box looks amazing. You can get, and they're also a little bit pricey. The main one is 25 bucks. For 5 bucks more, you can get one that has gold embellishments on the cogs and the gears. And if you really want a nice one, you can spend 480 bucks, I believe it is, and get one that actually has gold on it. 24 karat gold, I believe it is. The frames, they are $155 at the moment. If they sell out, then it'll be $170 as a add-on. So it's probably cheaper to get them now than later. However, last time I checked, they weren't really flying off the shelves. Neither were the dice. The dice are 18 bucks for the 4 regular ones. Then there is, I just have to load up. Let me just see something here. Yeah, it still has 968 out of 1,000 of those frames available. You might not even have to worry about the add-on price. The dice, like I said, there's 4 aluminum ones, 4 different colors, 18 bucks each. There's a brass dice in $39, one that's copper, $49, one that's stainless steel, $29, and a titanium that's $69. And you can even get crystals in the pips of the dice for another 10 bucks each. Pretty interesting. And he's getting help on that from a girl named Amber Ricks, who actually quite successfully did a bunch of metal dice on Kickstarter herself. Although hers are a little bit more reasonably priced. If you go to the page, you'll see pictures of everything. The cards look amazing. I've seen the video. It looks great. The whole thing about the cards in the frame is very interesting, but it's a little bit pricey for most people, I think. But like I said, it's guaranteed to be worth quite a bit in the future, especially if it's going to be that rare. If only a few people, a couple dozen people buying them. That being said, there's still about just over a month to go, so there's still time for more of them to get sold. Another new deck of cards is the Density Playing Cards. It's just over halfway funded already, and it's only been a few days. Must be a new creator. I've never heard of this one. Roni Lagan. It's basically a deck where the suit symbols are manipulated into intersecting shapes and patterns. Their faces look amazing. The back is pretty awesome. Some people aren't too sure about the court cards. They kind of look like tally-ho circle backs. The center part of the tally-ho circle back slapped on the back design on the face of the court cards, and with some crowns on them. It's kind of interesting. And pretty soon that one, should be successful. Another cool one is the Oracle playing cards, Mystifying playing cards as they call them, by Chris of Dianco, who created the Bicycle Calaveras deck. This one is just basically based on the Ouija board. That's what the back design of the cards looks like a Ouija board. You got a hand with an eyeball on it. You got all the letters and the numbers, the yes and the no, the goodbye. The bottom of the box actually says a dead-on paper project. That's kind of interesting. And it says goodbye on the top of the box. It looks amazing. The face cards look amazing. The court cards look amazing. They got a really old, worn out, rustic look to them. And they look like they got wallpaper in the background. They look like old photographs almost. It's really well done. Definitely worth checking it out. And yeah, they're almost funded themselves. They are 66% funded. Another new deck that just came out. I just found out about it right now. The Zombie White. The Zombie Black playing cards were successful recently, and now they're trying to get the white edition printed. And it's already been funded, and there is 13 days to go. A very short campaign, only looking for $700 somewhat dollars, so definitely funded. They look pretty good, and I'll definitely be checking that out later. Another new deck is the Plain Arts, a deck of poker cards by 54 top artists. Not sure who these artists are exactly. It is now funded. They were only looking for £3,000. It just funded like minutes ago, I'm guessing. Just very, very recently. It's by Digital Abstracts. And a guy named Vlad Korzinin. There's some pictures of the cards, of the faces. They look pretty awesome. No back design yet, but hey, whatever, it looks pretty good. I'm down for that one. The Bicycle Cthulhu deck that just came out not too long ago from a guy named Dan Chris. There was 2 editions, possibly more. Well funded. I don't know how they got so much funding and how they got it so quickly. Like I said before, there's 2 editions: the Elder Sign Limited Edition and the Necronomicon Limited Edition. As of right now, the Necronomicon is going to be completely different than the other edition. Originally, it was just going to be a different box, and then they were going to make it just a different back design. Now it's just going to be completely different. And apparently they're looking at a unlimited version as well of a different deck, although they don't really have information on that just yet. And they've got all sorts of other goodies like coins and dice and all the regular stuff, chips. Pretty cool. I'm going to be spending more money on this one right away. Damn. Another cool new deck I haven't mentioned yet, I don't think, is the Gentleman 52 bicycle playing cards with a Harry Twist. I'm not sure if it's going to be bicycle branded or not. They've got two different images of the box on there, but they haven't really mentioned which one it is. It's a pretty interesting deck of cards. It has a one-way back design, unfortunately. I tried to convince him to change it. Apparently the people voted against it. The Jokers feature razor blades for saving. And all the cards basically feature some type of mustache, beard, or goatee. The court cards actually feature bearded ladies and whatnot. It's kind of freaky looking. Actually, one of them, the one that has the beard, kind of reminds me of Roseanne from her TV show when she did an episode where she was dressed up as a guy at the bar. Kind of looks like her. The other ones all kind of, one looks like Dumbledore, the King of Spades looks like Dumbledore, and it's kind of interesting. And on the number cards, again, I'm a little bit not fond of them because they all feature a head with a different type of facial hair on it. And that's all they have is hair. They have no eyes, no nose, no ears, no mouth. It's just hair on their head, their eyebrows, and their beard, or a mustache or goatee. And then the pips are kind of like the photographist, just along the top and the bottom. It's not bad. It's interesting. It's different. So, hey, why not? Another deck is the Infinity Edition of the Galaxy cards by Alien Inc. It's an 8-day project, and it's almost done. 54 hours to go. They are 4,500% funded, mainly because they were only looking for $88. This is supposed to be an ultra rare version of the Galaxy cards, based on the first edition, featuring elements of the third edition. They have not posted any pictures whatsoever on the website. They want it to be a surprise, and their intent is to get it up by Christmas time, I think, for even more surprise factor. And the only thing you can do is pledge for one deck, and you can add on decks. They are like $20 each, unfortunately. And so they're kind of supposed to be rare, so why not? The Iris Gaelic playing cards I mentioned before, 47% funded, 20 days to go. It's going to be really close, I think. Steampunk Pirates playing cards by Nat Awada. 8 days left. If you haven't picked this up yet, it's a good time to do it. They have 1,000 backers already somehow, and well funded. Creepy playing cards by XQ Productions, back on Kickstarter. They are still trying to get them printed USB-C. They're only looking for $5,200, which makes me a little bit worried because usually it costs twice that much to print on USB-C. And they're only 63% funded, and they got 11 days to go. It's going to be a close one. So far, he hasn't had one successful project, at least not USB-C. Granted, I think he did the Emotions one, a very small campaign for the for the Emotions deck, not the Bicycle Emotions. That was successful, but it was non-USB-C and, like I said, very low pledge goal. This one, again, I don't know if it's going to make it. The Celtic playing cards, well funded already, and we still really don't know much about what they look like, which is amazing. I mean, the Alien Inc. guys like to brag about how their Infinity Edition deck is the first one ever funded in Kickstarter with no pictures or whatever. But I almost have to disagree with that because of the Celtic deck. Then we have the Renegades and Rogues. That one is failing pretty badly. It's got terrible court cards in my opinion. The back design is horrible in my opinion. The faces, outside of that, aren't bad. The idea, you know, it's a Old West type deck is not bad, but the back design does not fit with that Old West type of a deck of cards. It doesn't fit with any deck of cards really. And the court cards as well, they're just basically like wanted posters, and it's just, I don't know, it's not that good. The Bicycle Meridian deck by TPX Designs. Did I say dick? I meant deck. About a month to go, and only 28% funded. They're slowly chugging along. The Gestalt playing cards, which is supposed to be a modern version of playing cards. Apparently people like playing cards just the way they are. 6 days to go and it's not even 50% funded yet. Photographus, which is a photographic twist on playing cards. Features photographs on every card by Paul Michael Kane. 25 days to go, just over 50% funded. I think it's gonna make it, but it might be close. The League of Monsters playing cards, not doing too well either. 16 days to go, only 40% funded. This one is a very Halloween themed deck with Frankenstein on the back of the cards. I think that's Frankenstein. And some cartoony court cards, not doing that well. The Wanted, Dead or Alive, Bicycle Wild West playing cards. Again, another Wild West deck. Not doing that good. Surprisingly, because this one is actually really nice. Court cards, a little bit of photo softening, but it's not any worse than a Federal 52 deck. 10 days left, only 25% funded. I'm pretty certain it's not going to make it. And this is the second attempt. I think perhaps if he stopped trying to make 2 decks of cards, because he's trying to make a black one, or a red one and a white one, if he stopped doing that, he might actually be successful. But at the moment, it's just not going to work. It's not going to be successful. If anyone's interested, there's a couple of exercising games on there, card games. The Demographic playing cards, another bicycle deck by Hurly Burly Games. It's a reimagining of the standard deck of cards to try and reflect human diversity. So basically, one suit I think is like Asians, one is like Africans, one is like Hispanics or something like that. I'm not tired of it. Just every quote card has people of different races on it. It's an interesting idea, but it's not doing too well. 13 days to go and only 35% funded. Oh, and then we get the bad one. The Anarchy Casino Black playing cards, which is just a terrible idea. It's a pitiful idea. I mean, it's not. It's okay, but not for Kickstarter. They're calling it a retro casino design printed on the highest quality cardstock. What it is the Madison Rounders with a different logo on the back of the cards, a different ace of spades, and different jokers, and completely standard court cards. That's just a horrible thing to do. And apparently they claim it took them 8 months to come up with this idea. You've got to be freaking kidding me. 8 months to rip off a Daniel Madison deck using a Chris Angel A logo? That's what they did basically. That's what it looks like to me. The Chris Angel logo with the the big A and a circle. It just not going to work out. Only 5% funded and 18 days to go. It's not going anywhere. The Caravan of Seers Cartomancer playing cards. This is the second time Kickstarter. 6 days left, only 44% funded. Already Jennifer created a deck as knows that it's not going to be successful unless there's a miracle. And it's too bad. It's a pretty nice deck of cards. And I like that, tarot fortune telling idea for a deck of cards. But she just hasn't had any luck with it. Maybe third time will be the charm. I don't know if she's going to try again. Another similar deck is the Cartomancer, which was designed specifically for a Cartomancer game. Unfortunately, it's only 11% funded with 51 hours to go. Not doing good at all. And it's just the court card, the images that they post don't look good. And there's only like a couple of images that they did post, so it wasn't going to do good from the very beginning. The Zombie Black playing cards, we talked about the Zombie White. The Zombie Black was just funded a couple of days ago. It's about time. They tried and tried and tried. They even tried redoing them as a bicycle Revenant and the Vivant. And that didn't work out, so they went back to just zombie black and zombie white, and finally they're successful. Another Halloween themed deck is the Blacklight Monster deck. Just not very good at all. Very cartoony images. I'm not sure what the back design looks like. Only 10% funded with 16 days to go. You can pretty much scratch that one off your list. The Bicycle Venexiana deck, I apologize, this is going to get long. I know the Bicycle Venexiana deck is printing. I believe that one's printing right now. The Bicycle Tinker deck, that one was funded last week. And it's a very nice looking deck of cards. Can't wait to get it. The Bicycle Emperor playing cards is shipping. If you got just the blue decks, they are on the way. If you got the red decks, you have to wait until January, I believe. And the Dante's Inferno playing cards from Tarot Playing Card Company apparently are shipping or will be soon. The Vic playing cards, I believe those are printing or will be soon. Last time I checked, the Native Art playing cards were shipping, although I still have not received mine. I'm going to have to contact that guy, see what's up. I think the Federal 52 Part 2 decks should be coming in the near future. And I don't know what else I got. I do know there's some new decks coming soon. Let me just go check out United Cardists very quickly. Just bear with me, man. Also, make sure you check out my Halloween story contest if you haven't done so already. Just search for the video on my channel and then use the link to post a link to your video. Very few people have entered so far, so let's get the ball rolling on that. I should mention that Alloy Studio did release red tune playing cards the other day, a red version of the blue tunes. Very few left, there's less than 100 left, so make sure you go check it out if you haven't done so already. They also released green florals, the ones that they released purple florals a couple weeks back, and now they're releasing the green ones. Kind of annoying, they didn't just release all these decks at once. Of course, Jackson Robinson's got a new Sherlock Holmes deck coming in the near future, probably to Kickstarter. And also coming soon from 4PM Designs, the creators of the Bicycle Necronomicon and the Grid decks, is the Bicycle Legacy deck, and though apparently it comes in red and blue, and it just looks amazing. Not sure if they've already printed or not, or if they're still going to print and go to Kickstarter. All I know is they posted an image that has both boxes on it, whether they're just made up boxes and empty, or whether they're actually real and printed, I don't know yet. But I'll keep you posted. Speaking of cards, Conjuring Arts is doing a October card bonanza. If you're interested, you can get the Legends decks and the Skull and Bones decks and a special edition Skull and Bone deck. All 25 decks, a brick of each, plus a pack jacket, $125, shipped anywhere in the US, probably more if you ship outside the world. Outside the world. It's gonna cost more to ship there, but I meant outside US. Another neat thing on Kickstarter that I didn't see is the so-called most awesome poker set in the world. It looks pretty nice. It seems like they're pretty much undecided. They've got what is this? Sorry, 8, 16. They got 24, at least 24 different possible back designs listed on there, and all one-way back designs, which is horrible. Featuring a spade pip in them, basically, and pretty much generic poker chips, I think. And they only ship to the US, which is pretty ridiculous. And yeah, so I mean, they're trying to get it international, but I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. The cards, you know, they look okay. I see they printed some on like Zazzle, or they're just using simulated pictures apparently. Just, I don't know. They need to get their acting gear. They're only a third away on funding. I don't know if it's going to be successful. There's 25 days left. And there's something else I wanted to double check. There we go. The Day of the Dead playing cards. They had a project recently. Did not make it. I got one of those decks. I reviewed it. It was this kind of a sample that they sent me. Apparently these guys are two brothers. They sell some in Los Angeles or whatever it is, somewhere in California. And yeah, somewhere in California they sell them out there. People, I know a couple people said they bought them. There's posters. It's based on Day of the Dead, obviously, Dia de los Muertos. They relaunched it and it was successful. They were only looking for $500, and I said they're pretty ecstatic about that. And unfortunately, you can't go get them anymore because it was only for 5 days. I don't know why they make such low funding periods, but they do. It's ridiculous. And see if I can find anything else real quick. Of course, the Utopia from CardExpand.com is available for pre-order right now. If you want to get that one, or if you want to get it from me, I got no problem with that. I can't get it myself because PayPal doesn't like me. And let me just check out aethercards.com. Also, I saw this deck called the Latte playing cards from the Design for Some Magicians on sandsminds.com, Sands Magic, whatever it's called. And they're doing some kind of a contest. If you sign up for their mailing list, and you can win some of these decks that they're not even selling, I don't think. There it is. And oh boy. Also, oh boy. Apparently somebody is doing wild edible poker cards on Kickstarter. But they're not actually edible. They just have pictures of different types of flowers and fruits on it. There's a salmon berry, which kind of looks like a raspberry, a wild onion, salsify, whatever that is. And yeah, I don't think that's going to be successful. I don't know. 27 days to go. They're only looking for $4,500, and they've already got $731. And when I searched for playing cards, I didn't find them, so that's not good. You want to make sure people can find you when you search for playing cards. And the cards aren't even edible, so it's kind of like false advertising right there. Also, the other day, yesterday I think it was, Alex Pandia was selling a bunch of his personal collection decks. You could have gotten 1, 6, I think you could get 3, 6, and 12. Sold out in no time. Don't know what you're getting, but have fun with those nauticals and whatever crap he's sending you. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm pretty certain it's not going to be Jerry's Nuggets and gold crowns, that's for sure. Anyway, that's what I've got. I apologize for the long video. I got some deck reviews coming. I'll see you next time.